Hey everyone, David Pike again with Motorcity Mechanic. I'm going to do a radio removal video for you today on a 2015 Dodge Charger. As we usually have seen on these vehicles, we're using a lot of the 8.4-inch touchscreen radios in a lot of our vehicles. But one thing is, they're not completely the same across the board. Some of them operate differently, some of them come with different components. For example, some of them the touchscreen is the radio, and some vehicles the touchscreen is just an interface and the radio is mounted somewhere else. So I'm going to show you step by step on this particular vehicle and this particular year how you get access to it and what you need to do to remove it. So I'm probably going to repeat this multiple times because the best way to remember things is to keep repeating it so that you can learn it. So in the meantime, you go ahead and get comfortable, start watching this video. In the meantime, I'm going to get ready to show you what you need to do. Now on this particular 8.4-inch touchscreen radio, the screen is actually the radio. On some modules it's just a touch interface and the radio is located somewhere else, possibly in the dash behind the AC control head. This particular model on this 2015 Charger, the touchscreen is the radio. So in order to get to that, we need to take this trim piece off. Now this trim piece goes all the way around the AC ducts, goes around the instrument cluster all the way to the driver's side AC duct. So we're going to start with getting our religiously preached plastic trim stick. I'll show you over and over again. What we're going to do is we're going to start working our way up under the edge, and we're going to start popping it loose, start getting it going. Now one thing you do need to do, you need to go ahead and reposition the steering wheel. Yeah, we need to go ahead and reposition the steering wheel. We need to get as far out as we can. This one's electric. As far out, and we want to lower it as far down as we can go. There we go. That way we got a little more clearance. And then we'll go ahead and start working on getting around the edge of this bezel and start getting it loose. Now we're going to get up under any corner we can. We try to work as far away as we can from one end to the other. We're going to get up in there. We're going to try to work on popping it loose. It may take some force. And finding that spot where it finally starts. There we go. Finally got a corner going. And we're going to start working around the edge. So she's kind of snapped in there pretty good. And we got that corner. Maybe we can work on this corner now. And pretty much make it to where this shouldn't just come off by itself. It's going to take a little bit of effort. So take your time. Make sure you got your trim sticks. We don't want to damage the dash. You're already going to be prying up against the soft portion as it is. So the last thing we want to do is use something that's metal that's going to damage it. Because the good thing, if this dash is soft enough to where it's resilient, it kind of bounces back to where you don't have a lot of problems now. Tell you what, they have got this dash in here. Wow. Y'all probably seen I am prying and prying and prying to get this thing out. Woo! There we go. We finally got that bad boy going. Alright, so now there's nothing electrical to it. We can pull it out, zip to the side. Now you can see that they went all the way around the perimeter here with metal snaps all the way around. There's probably at least 15 or 20 on here. They definitely didn't want this ready to go nowhere. So I know it took me some time to finally get it broke loose, apologize for it, but hey, you're going to be doing the same thing, so just take your time, because you are basically prying up against this soft dash all the way around the thing. So just, if you can get a corner and you can actually grab firmly and kind of pull to help it, great. But man, that definitely was in there. So now we've got a total of 4 Phillips screws around the touchscreen assembly. And let me go ahead and get something to get that out with, and we'll move on to the next step. And now we're down to 4 Phillips screws. Alright, we'll back this out. And then we'll get to the electrical connectors directly behind the radio / screen. kind of a cool unit when you think about it, how compact it is and what it does. It's basically a little bit bigger than, of course, a tablet. But all the electrical connectors are on the back side. I'll try to show you a few of them right here. You've got multiple antennas, because you got everything from GPS to satellite to you get radio. You've got, you name it, and then you got your multiple USB, your multimedia device hookup, and then you got your main radio connector. Now on this connector, the way it works, it's kind of a latch style. So what I'll do is I'll show you how you've got to kind of push in. If you push in right here, it releases the lever. Now as you got the lever released, you're going to come back with it. You're going to rotate it fully up, and once it's all the way up and clicks, the connector is completely released. So this is your radio. You got your touch screen. You've got your connectors on the back. It's kind of an odd looking unit, but it serves the purpose. It does everything. I mean, you're not using CDs anymore or cassette decks, so there's no need for all that. So you make it more compact. It's got its heat sinks on there. And when you're going back with it, you're just going to line that connector up. Make sure that the latch is all the way back like this, that lever. You're going to line up till everything engages. Just take your time, sit it down on there. And as you sit it down on there, she'll start lining back up. Then what you can do is you'll rotate it down, and then you'll hear you snap. Now your connector's fully seated, so it's kind of latched itself in place. Now it's just a matter of hooking back up your multimedia cable, all your antennas, and then once you get those hooked up, you're just going to plug it. You're going to seat it back in its location and put your 4 Phillips screws on, and then you're going to put that trim piece on and kind of tap it around. Take your time, because you saw that thing's got a lot of snaps, so just take time not to damage anything. Alright, so there you go. You saw where the radio is located, what components are called the radio, and what you need to do to take it off. Now, like I said, that trim bezel, it's on there. I think it's on there a little more harder than it needs to be. I don't like having to pry so much of a plastic trim stick up against a soft dash to try to pop just a piece of trim off to get to something I need to get to. Well, it's above my pay scale. I don't design the vehicles. I just work on them. My job is just to let you know what you need to do to get it apart. So take your time. Try not to damage anything. Otherwise, the repair is fairly cut and dry. There's nothing too major. Just take your time with the connectors. Make sure you don't damage anything, and make sure you got them fully seated when you're done. With that though, hey, thanks for watching these videos, and do me a favor, any comments, suggestions, thumbs up, thumbs downs. Don't forget to subscribe. When you subscribe, these videos that come to you, you won't have to go out there looking for them. So that way you've always got a database coming to you, almost like a monthly newsletter. You'll get notified when these things come out, as well as anything important I might bring up. Also, do me a favor and check out and possibly like our Facebook page, Motorcity Mechanic. Check it out. That's where I like to bring a lot of older videos back up every so often, and also bring some of the newer stuff as well. That way it's a little mix of everything. So once again, thanks everybody for watching these videos, and I will keep making more for you.